Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie, and today I will be sharing with you the secrets, the do's and don'ts, the key to getting out of a ticket when you get pulled over. The thing about getting pulled over is there are so many reasons. A police officer could put on his flashing lights behind you and give you a mini heart attack. But I, Stephanie Marco, am here to tell you, don't worry. There are ways that you can lower the likelihood of ending up in the back of that cop car when a police officer stops you. Especially in Oxford. You upstate New York people know what I'm talking about. Now, in order for these secrets, tips, things to not do, to play out, you need to get pulled over first. Now, I'm not telling everyone on this page to go out there and drive like a lunatic. So you can get pulled over and cry in front of a cop. I am telling you that if you have a habit of doing any of these things, and I know you do, you should continue to watch the video. I will now demonstrate the previously listed scenarios, and I hope my tips help you. A couple of tips to be sure you don't get pulled over for the little things. Tip number 1. Always make sure you put your seatbelt on right when you get in the car. If you have other passengers in the car, make sure they buckle. If you're a new driver, it's a good safety precaution. And the person in the front always needs a seatbelt because it's illegal for them to ride without one. Another thing you want to be sure to do is turn your lights on, especially if you're driving in the dark. You want to make sure to do all of these little things because once they have a reason to pull you over, they can question you for other things too. Now that I've done everything to prepare, let's go. Oh my, I'm getting pulled over. The first thing you should do is look for your license and for your registration. The officer is going to ask you for both of these things, so it's good that you know at least what your registration looks like. This is mine. And now you're ready. Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, officer. Do you know why I pulled you over? I think I was speeding. Are you dumb? You never admit to anything. What if they just pulled you over because your taillight was out? No. After they accuse you of something, you say no. No matter what you did. No matter if you know you were going 10 miles above the speed limit.
You say no.
No. You were speeding. No, I do not believe that I was speeding. I clocked you going 10 miles over the speed limit. Now, speeding tickets are probably the most difficult to avoid because if they clocked you going a certain speed, you can't say you weren't going over the speed limit because they have proof you did. So in this situation, the best thing is to say you didn't know you were speeding, be civil, and hope for the best. It's likely that if you weren't going that fast over the speed limit, they're going to give you less of a fine, or maybe no fine at all. But the best way to avoid getting pulled over in this scenario, just go the speed limit. It's so unnecessary to go 85 in a 50. If you're running late, you're really only going to make up a few minutes, if that. So just leave the house on time. And this evening, your actions have called for a ticket. Please don't give me a ticket. My mom, she's so bad. No, just
No.
what could you possibly be thinking? Don't cry. Sometimes cry It's just embarrassing. He or she is not going to feel bad for you. Oh my gosh, I'm getting pulled over. What am I gonna do? I have too many people in my car. Good evening, ma'am. Don't worry, I know what to do. Hello, officer. This is so not a solution. It will not help you. Yes, you may see it in movies, but pushing your out, no. It's honestly gross and kind of embarrassing. So just keep yourself together.
Okay.
Good evening, officer. You know why I pulled you over tonight, ma'am?
I'm pulling you over tonight because you have your lights out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have forgotten to put them on.
That's all right. May I see your license and registration, please?
Ma'am, this is a permit. You know you're not allowed to drive with multiple people in the vehicle if you have a permit. Now, do you really think that's smart? So why do that to yourself in the first place? It's a great question, because I myself am guilty of that. It's no shame. But if you end up getting pulled over for something little, like not having your lights on, they can ticket you for having too many people in your car. I'm sorry, officer. We were heading home from dance and they didn't have any other way to get home. Tell them a story. Try to be truthful. Also, make sure that your passengers are respectful. There's no sure way you will get out of this, but it's worth a try. What are you doing? Great. I'm getting pulled over. Good evening. Good evening, officer. You know why I pulled you over tonight? No, I don't know why you pulled me over. I just wanted to make sure that your front passenger actually was buckled up. She looked like she was going a little bit crazy. Oh, no, she definitely had her seatbelt on. I always make sure my passengers wear their seatbelts and are safe.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have an absolute
Maniac.
of a human in your passenger seat, as I do, once you get pulled over, make sure her seatbelt is on. If it wasn't on, make sure she slowly clips it shut. Because when they come over, they're going to assume that they were moving around and turned around because they didn't have their seatbelt on. This happened to my mom because I was being crazy in the passenger seat, and the officer had suspected that I didn't have my seatbelt on. Did I have my seatbelt on? No, I did not have my seatbelt on. Did my mom say I had my seatbelt on? And did I secretly clip it? Yes. Did she get out of the ticket?
Yes, she did.
You have to be respectful, but you have to be direct. Your front passenger actually was buckled up. You say, well, my passenger has had their seatbelt on the whole time. It's 9:30. I'm not allowed to drive past 9. Calm down. Take a deep breath. Do you know why I pulled you over? No, I don't know why you pulled me over. You have your lights out. Be sure to do is turn your lights on.
Turn your lights on.
Are you nuts? I hope you ain't nuts because I'm allergic.
Just turn your lights on.
May I see your license and registration, please? Thank you. Did you know you're not allowed to drive past 9 with a permit?
Permit?
An easy thing to do in this case is to say you're coming home from a school event. Let's say a sports event went late, or a concert, anything school related. Probably don't lie, but that's most likely the case. And if you're out late, you know you're doing something you're not supposed to be. So maybe just don't do that next time and accept the ticket. Learn your lesson. I'm getting pulled over. Do you think he saw that I was on my phone?
On my phone?
If this is even a thought in your mind, you need to do a few preparation things before the police officer comes over. A thing I wish I had done before I got my ticket. When the officer comes over, you want to know already what you're going to say. No, I don't know why you pulled me over. I will say it again. The answer is
Always no.
I saw you operating your phone, ma'am. I was on my phone? Ma'am, do you know that it is illegal to use an electronic device while operating a motor vehicle? You need to say something. I don't know. I'm sorry. You did not know that you're not allowed to text and drive. Ladies and gentlemen, Stephanie Marco at the wheel.
Yes, I actually did that.
I sounded like an
Idiot.
I felt like an idiot. What I should have done was say that I was not on my phone, that I just had it in my hand, that I was handing it to my passenger to check the GPS because I didn't know where I was going. But I said, I don't know that it is illegal to use your phone and drive. We had to take a
5-hour class.
people. They told us it was illegal. It became illegal in 2001. What was I doing? I don't know. But I'm here to help you avoid that situation. Now, the officer can give you 2 types of tickets for being on your phone. One is 3 points off your license. The other, 5.
5 points.
I ended up getting a lawyer and having to go through this whole process, taking a 6-hour class on my computer, which was a pain. Moral of the story, just don't use your phone. Or get one of those little devices you can put on your air vent. That way, you're hands-free. The best way to avoid getting pulled over for using your phone, just don't use it. Or if you have to use it, pull over. That's everything. I hope that if you ever get pulled over, you can use some ideas from this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed.